brain in the box, Casey. It's actually a behind-the-scenes kind of thing you wouldn't get to see, like in the game.
Are we rolling? Nobody says action around here. Zach, what do we have here?
Zach?
And put it back.
As far as I know, Carolyn's not in the game.
I'm Zach. Oh. You know, Case, I guess you were right all along. There is no such thing as a... Maybe we should split up and look around.
Yeah,
I came in here one day with the little booties, and I said, it's kind of cool because you can moonwalk on these slats. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, everybody's wearing them.
can't give up without a fight.
You can't say that line until I say my other line.
I thought that was the line. Oh man.
I've lost complete track of the time. I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know. Yes, we came out with a one-page document that described the title that we wanted to do.
We had a brainstorming session.
Well, first of all, it starts out with the drawing itself. And the drawing means turning on.
Thousands of storyboards in a couple of days.
And it was pretty intense.
What I tried to do was separate these different races by giving them to different people to do, so they have an entirely different look. So the Vakar race was designed by one person, the Kryn was designed by another person, everything having to do with the SETI spacecraft was designed by yet another person. So that they held together from a design point of view, but they were very different.
Ari and Zach, they took your brain.
We fabricated.
One is the name of your ship, which is the Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. Ari gives the alien ship the title of Daedalus.
So we actually have a lot of
Hey guys, you're like sort of new around here, aren't you?
They were a blast to work with.
I get absolutely no respect.
They were very relaxed. They were both very hard workers.
Facetiousness, facetiousness. No, everybody's great up here. I think it's a San Francisco thing. I'm used to LA people.
Just being in the studio for, you know, a full day where there's no windows and it's just this vivid, vivid blue drove, you know, all of us kind of crazy.
If you look behind me, you'll notice nothing but blue skies for days and days and days.
See, they prepare my face and make me really pretty so I can fall down.
I think generally speaking, you're going to find more and more people creating virtual sets That is to say, they're shooting against a big blue wall, and all of their environments are actually created in art.
It's very challenging to add interactivity to what is basically a movie-type situation.
The most notable difference is shooting 4 different endings to a certain sequence.
You're invited to enter a time warp created by a very talented team of computer programmers, graphic design artists, filmmakers, and professional actors. So come along, get into the game.
We got an outage on nav control. Collision in 8, 7, 6.
The Daedalus Encounter from Virgin Interactive Entertainment literally begins with a bang.
The player assumes the role of Casey, who was the gunner on the fighter that Tia and Christian were operating, but who was seriously injured during one of the final battles. And basically, the only thing that's left of him is his brain.
Your mind has been placed in a cerebral support mechanism. It's a device that when...
She's trying to say you're a brain in a box, Case.
Zach,
The game screen becomes a viewport, allowing the player to see what's taking place as well as interact with the characters.
here, why don't I let you take a look at yourself? Now, you may not look the same on the outside, but I know it's you on the inside. And we need to know if you can respond. If you can, use the virtual interface in front of you to transmit a yes.
The interface is how the player will interact with the game. So all the commands that the player wants to give to the computer to make the game do something, we'll do it through the interface.
There's a very human element to this high-tech interactive adventure.
And we figured you'd be interested in joining us.
We went to LA and we casted the male lead, and then we kicked around doing a name talent for the female lead, and we had a list of characters that we were thinking of, our list of actresses that we were thinking of, and Tia just popped out that she was the best one.
I read the script. I enjoyed the character, first of all, and it was exciting and different. I've always been a big fan of Blade Runner, is one of my all-time favorite films. Aliens, you know, T2. I'm just a gizmo-ophile, so.
They would have a relationship that was sort of a bantering relationship like moonlighting, because that's appealing to a lot of people.
Somehow, you know, transported us to the home world.
Transported.
Yeah.
You've been watching too many old Star Trek reruns. I'm the head of the ship, and my cohort, Zach, who, you know, he needs my direction to get him through space and keep him alive, basically.
Yeah.
Actor Christian Boucher, who plays Tia's shipmate, knew the kind of character he wanted Zach to be.
Sort of a Han Solo meets Bill Paxton in Aliens. Kind of an idiot, but kind of brave.
You idiot!
Harry. Harry.
Stupid idiot!
Harry, would you cut me a break? Okay, this is not the time.
All of the game's 2 hours of full-motion video involved working against a blue screen background.
The character is hanging from some spires, and he's kind of jostling around, and then suddenly the spires break and he falls down. For this particular shot, we used set pieces that were the spires that he hangs on, those clothing rods that you see in closets, and they took one of those and dressed it up and painted it. And they used that on the set. They suspended it from the scaffolding, and they had the actor actually hanging on it. And then he was supported by some blue boxes underneath him so that he didn't have to hold his entire weight on it. And of course, you never see those blue boxes in the scene. So Zach is hanging on the spires at this point. He'll be here in the foreground of the scene. He'll be right behind these guys and probably dangling a leg over a couple of these other spires. And then the spires will break off and he will fall down in the scene.
Harry, come on.
Live action is combined with computer-generated graphics to make for a state-of-the-art game-playing experience.
What we have here is a giant special effects movie. It's like special effects from beginning to end. We're using a technology where We track the movement of the camera head and then feed it into our computer to establish the background so that they move in perfect sync with the camera head. So we simulate the experience of watching a camera move around in an environment which actually doesn't exist. It's just pure art.
As an actor, it all depends on your imagination. There's nothing, there are no sets. You have blue boxes, you have blue spheres, nothing to play with, so it's totally in your head.
At times, the actors had to be completely trusting of their fellow game makers.
Some of the 3D backgrounds they weren't finalized, but they were sort of roughed in so they could get an idea of, you know, where things were that they had to move around.
Adding to the excitement of the Daedalus Encounter is a 16-bit audio track created by professional sound designers.
The fact that it's an alien environment is both a blessing and a curse. You know, nobody knows what an alien spaceship is supposed to sound like. We didn't either, but in a sense it made it a lot easier because we could really decide, well, that's what this is going to sound like, and that's what this is going to sound like, and it's supposedly an organic environment, so we can bring in a lot of processed organic sounds. And so instead of being more difficult, it became a lot easier to make those decisions as time went on.
And like a true Hollywood movie, the Daedalus Encounter features a first-rate musical score from performers like Ronnie Montrose.
Music is really part of the overall sound design, so that, you know, each scene has its own sort of tone and music, and that you will never see in the next scene, and it won't come back, and every scene will be different, and hopefully will give you a little added something as you're going through and playing the game.
Best movies, I think, are the movies that engage you, and the neat thing about interactivity is it's very involving. At a lot of points in this title, actors turn to you directly, and you're the game player, and address you. They need your help, they need you to take action.
Okay, Casey, your guidance system's pretty much automatic, so you can concentrate on the job. Most other functions are up to you.
So the more virtual we can make that experience, the more engrossing it's going to be.
The 22nd Century, an extraordinary game-playing experience. PC CD-ROM and Mac CD-ROM available in April 1995. 3DO coming in May 1995.
Ready to burn, baby.
Get into the game with the Daedalus Encounter.